Marvel Rivals really looked at me and said, oh, you plan to go to Diamond 3? No, you're going to Platinum 3. I lost again. 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 I reached my limit with Cap in Platinum 1. Now, I made a video saying how I made Platinum and I was gassed, I was happy. And so I was in that video, I said, oh, you know, I might try go Diamond. And I didn't know what I was going to put myself through to try and go to Diamond. I didn't know Platinum is the worst rank to be in. Out of all the ranks, you could say Bronze is terrible because no one knows how to play, or Silver is terrible because, you know, they're not doing the stuff like shooting the Anks or the penny mines, or Gold is bad because you got a bunch of people who believe they're so good. But Platinum, I think because it's like the 85%, you're higher than 85% of the player base, player wide, you know, gets to people's head, and they believe that they're like top 500. They believe they're supposed to be in Diamond, or Celestial. They truly believe that they're supposed to just be in the higher ranks. And you know, some DPSs will have a terrible game, they won't switch. Some people, we're going with a free support strategy and it's working, and then they go, we need damage, and proceed to kill no one, and then we lose the game. It's stuff like this that, you know, makes I could easily always go and blame my teammates and say, you know what, the losses are because of my teammates. And that's what I wanted to do. One day I came on, I was in Platinum 1, I had a day off. I said, all right, let's get it. Let's get to Diamond 3. Let's get to Diamond finally. A new rank, a new season high, a new just Marvel Rivals high actually, because this is my season 1 is my first season playing. And that day I proceeded to lose and lose and lose. Marvel Rivals really looked at me and said, oh, you plan to go to Diamond 3? No, you're going to Platinum 3. And I lost 9 games in a row. There was nothing was working. You know, after one loss, turn it off or close the app and go back on. I lost again. After 2 games, go off for a bit, I lost again. After 2 games, go off for the day, I lost again. I lost again. I lost again. I lost again. I lost again, until I finally went down to Platinum 3. And it was really humbling, because that's about what, 9-10 games of people. You're playing against 6 different people each time. You're playing with 5 different people each time because it's solo queue. It can't all just be your teammates or the other team was just good. There were some games where it was close. It was like a 50-50 fight. We just lost it. Maybe I didn't use my ult well. Maybe someone else didn't use the ult well. But it was one of those games where it was like, okay, cool. This is a game where you could win. It wasn't like a wash. The other team was way better than us, or we were way better than them. It was a 50-50 game, and it just one few bad decisions turned it their way. You know, it's just, it hurt. It hurts because right now I have like a little rival, and they are now in Diamond 2. Diamond 1 actually. They're probably going to go Grandmaster, and I'm not even in Platinum 3 anymore. I'm in Gold 1. I finally went to Gold 1. The reasons for that will probably be in another video. I'm going to make a video about I am the fallen Captain America Lord. Going through losers queue, you know, I felt it. I felt that oh man, you know, Marvel must really want me to lose. You know, Marvel's put me with a bunch of losers. But I don't think that's the case, because the other teams that we were playing against weren't that good. We could have won it. There was few games. There was few 1, 2, 3, I think I said 3 games out of the 9. I could have won those games. Maybe I could have used my ult. Maybe someone else could have used it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, something could have really turned it our way. It just didn't go. Like, one of the games, as I said, we went free support. Somehow we pushed overtime from the first stage all the way to the last stage, and we pushed it to double overtime. And then one of them said, no, we don't need free supports now, we need 2. And I said, well, why? And then they went 19 of 18 in terms of kills. It's like, you know, we could all blame him, and we all did, but I don't think I played like my best. You know, my best is when I'm playing in Platinum 1. When I was playing at Platinum 1, that was my best. I was diving at the right times, barely dying. Sometimes I was not dying at all. You know, a lot of these games, if I look back, I'm probably dying 8, 9, 10 times. That's a lot of deaths. There's a lot of time off not helping your team. And I just had to come to the realization that I'm just not good. I'm just, well, not that good anyways at the game that I should be in diamond. You know, I'm just not diamond level material yet. You know, especially, as I said, probably I will continue this Captain America story in the next video, but I felt like I just reached my limit with Cap. I reached my limit with Cap in Platinum 1 because I could never get to the halfway point. You know, when you get to like about 60 points, rank points in Platinum, I never got there. I never could get there, and I was playing with Cap, I was playing with Luna, I was playing with Mantis, but mostly Cap because people don't want to play tank for some reason, and I understand why. It's a hard, I think it is a hard position. You know, if you die, your team is left exposed, you know what I mean? Same thing as a healer, but I think support is the easiest role. Tank is quite difficult. So no one wants to be tank, no one wants to dive, and no one wants to dive as Cap as well. Not a lot of people want to dive as Cap. I think Cap is a high skill, there's a high skill gap there, and I was facing that. For example, I'll mention in this video, I didn't learn the tech because I play on controller, I don't play on PC, so I didn't change. I had the default controller, and with Cap, to do that tech that you need to change your controller settings, I hadn't done it, and so I was reaching my limit. I kept saying, there was one thing I kept saying, I was like, I'm like one hit away from killing the healer or killing a Doctor Strange or killing anyone really, but I'm just not killing them fast enough. They're getting healed, they're able to retreat. I just need, if I could just kill them one split second faster, like I could have won a lot of these games if I just killed that person. If I just killed them, I couldn't kill them. And that's when I realized I'm trash. I went all the way to Platinum 3, and then I've changed my control scheme. But it's very easy to blame your teammates. It's very easy to just say, oh well, they're the better team, and I do believe there are games where you're going to come across as a good team. I don't know whether it's maybe they're actually speaking to each other, because that's another thing. Like people don't speak that much in Platinum as well. Like in Gold, it was like on most of my chats, people were talking, people were trying to communicate, you know, on the voice chats. A lot of people don't join voice chats, and I understand why, because some people are fucking toxic. All right, some people are fucking toxic, and what I do with those people, I avoid them as a teammate. I wish the avoid as a teammate would be a bit longer than just 3 days, but it's not. And you know, but I just, even if it's for 3 days, I just avoid them as a teammate and move on. You know, they're the type that will say, you know, you went, they know your stats, you know, they know everyone's stats, you know, they're not really helping the team. They say GG after one round. After one round, you're gonna say good game, that's it, it's over, we've lost. They blame the healers. The healers were like, that's the one thing that really gets me, is when people blame the healers. They're like, oh, the healers, like sometimes the healers aren't that good, but if the healers keep dying, that is something that you can do as a DPS or a tank. You can peel, you can help the heal. When I really struggle as Captain America, because my thing as Captain America is to dive the backline, dive the healers, annoy them. Like I want them to say, Cap, what did I do to you? What did I do? Like, why do you keep harassing me? I want them to say that. Is when I see a DPS, a Bucky, a Winter Soldier, or someone just standing right by the healers, and as soon as I dive, bam, bam, I'm like, I'm getting frozen by the healer or whatever, like, and I'm dead. Those are the real difficult games for me to dive. But DPSs don't want to do it. They want to get a nice vantage point somewhere far away. They can't get healed as well, by the way, in those vantage points, and they're dead. We gotta admit that instead of just saying it's a loser's queue, it's a conspiracy, they're trying to make us play the game, in which fairs, if they are, that's their goal, that's their prerogative, to make you play as long as possible. But instead of just saying it's loser's queue, just understand where you're going wrong and why you're losing. You know, it's been a very humbling experience. I felt this way before when I was in silver to gold, saying, oh man, I'm just a silver player, or I'm just a silver 1 or gold 3 player. This is where I'm at, you know. And I said the same thing in Platinum 1. I said, oh, maybe I'm just Platinum 1 player. Now I'm like, I'm Platinum 3 to gold 1. I'm like, maybe I'm just a gold 1 player. And that's very humbling. And now it's like, okay, let's just work from there. Let's just try and improve, and you know. And yeah, that'll lead on to my next video. Like, subscribe, and have a great day.